Good people, welcome back to The Fix. It's your boy Nara here with Ari, and we have a Ghanaian guest in the building, straight from the motherland. Before we get to that, big ups to our sponsors, Sensi Medical Cannabis House, located at the Pulse Center. Cultivate, elevate, and inspire. This video is also brought to you by.
It's brought to you by Lulu's Holistics. Follow them on Instagram at Lulu's Holistics. Go to their website, www.lulusholistics.com, and you can use our code THEFIX to get 10% off your next purchase.
The link is in the description. Click it. Get Lulu's. All right. This video is also brought to you by Sharpcut Barbers, located at 9 Brunstraff Square. Follow Steve the Surgeon. Big up yourself. And also,
this video is also brought to you by Lothian's Boutique. Follow them on Instagram at Lothian's Boutique. And of course, you can check out their store at 23 West Tradeway in Portmore, St. Catherine.
as we said, we have a Ghanaian guest in the building, you know. A brother from our African mother.
A superstar. Superstar.
I talk about none other than Stonebwoy in the building. You know.
Yeah, man.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Thank you. Medasi.
We're going to learn a lot to this interview. I feel like we're going to learn.
Thank you. Medasi in Twi, the language of the Ashantis, literally. So that's it.
I'm going to watch this interview and I'm going to learn that.
Repeat after me, Medasi.
Medasi.
Boom.
Oh, Medasi.
Excellent.
Medasi. All right.
Medasi.
I think I'm
Good.
See,
You see when
like
the
it sound
tone,
like it's Medasi.
Yeah.
because when the tone changes, it would mean something else.
Yeah?
Where?
The tone doesn't have to change. If it changes, it might mean something else.
Like Medasi.
Yes, a Medasi.
Medasi. Oh. All right.
Kind of like the F word.
What do you mean?
Like if you use it in a different tone, it means something else.
Yeah, that's just an example, but this is not a curse word. This might
Yeah.
not mean an insult, even if it sounds
Different?
otherwise. But
Oh.
it's just
okay.
it's just very, very I think it's ethic with the African languages. The sounds mean something else. The way you pronounce something, how you do it means something else. Means another word or means something else. It might not mean the same thing.
Okay. So even your name, like I say Stonebwoy or Beam, like is it all the words or is just specific words? So, you know, Sobolo, I was your new song.
Sobolo. That's how we pronounce it.
Sobolo. Get that liquor ready, man.
You see it? Yes, rhythmize it.
Yeah, you know that's so key too, because when what you're saying too is just based off rhythms, like everything in the African I guess world and culture, it's just rhythms. Like even what you're saying, the words,
melodies. Yeah, man. Rhythms, words, melodies, languages, tongues.
It's not too
signs,
different from
numbers.
our culture.
Yeah.
Yo, it's the same thing, man.
Pretty much.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Take it or leave it.
Yes. So I mean, again, we have a superstar here, an African superstar.
Thank you.
Like, I was looking at, I don't know Wikipedia, but I was looking at Wikipedia and I seen all the things that you're nominated for. You've won. It's actually incredible.
Absolutely.
And what you're gonna be 33 this week?
No, it's 32. I want to be 54, but now just let me be 32.
There's a want to be 54.
That's that made us say in our video. I say, yeah, I'm gonna be 54, and they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah. Some people afraid for growing, you know.
Yeah, well,
in growth you learn a lot of things. So
Yeah.
I can't, you know what I mean.
so and it's going to be a celebration of your album too, your
Absolutely,
birthday.
I'm dropping the pre-order link on that day, and I guess I'm gonna be in Jamaica.
Mad.
You're going to
And
celebrate
actually, I'm
oh.
gonna be here for a few hours, and I'm flying out that day back to the States. So my birthday is gonna have me traveling half of the day and trying to release songs as well, and the pre-order and these things. But yeah, it gives me a lot of joy and happiness to be alive to do this, because life is the ultimate, literally. So, and it's my first birthday in Jamaica. Like, it's like, whoa, we'll see what we can do in the morning.
Yeah. So what's other than releasing the album, like no really concrete plans on what to do and how to celebrate?
Yes, everything has been. No, my birthday just for I haven't thought about celebrating in any way. I've just been happy from today. Like, I've been aiming at what I'm going to do on the 5th when it comes. But all that comes to mind is joy. Just feel free, just be happy. Stampede was with me in the morning. I got out of my room. I said I was going to go bare chest the whole day because I was just feeling so good. He said, no, you have to put on a camera. Cool, I'm going to do that. Because I just want to be free, be happy.
How often you visit Jamaica?
This should be my 5th or 6th time, though.
So because funny, I was thinking that you would be coming So did you come previously to work on the album, like to collaborate, to work with other producers, artists, to put on this album?
Yeah.
By the way, it's called Anloga. I learned it.
Yes, but I'm gonna
Junction.
There's a big meaning to why I would use that word.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I know it's
I like how
based
you
off
pronouncing it in English, but I'll teach you the
African way.
African way, so that like I teach us,
Yeah.
the more you share, the more you continue to learn anyway. So
and by the way, it's based where he lives in Ghana, right?
where I come from, my ethnic people, my ethnicity is like connecting it to the roots of it, and by so doing, I'm representing the whole of the African continent and blackness across, that are in and out of Africa, literally. And then the junction as a word is actually a junction, but junction is like an English word. I haven't searched to find the origination of that word, but everybody knows it's an English word. So coming from Africa, junction would represent the rest of the world. So the Anloga is where I come from, is my root, but it's the name of a place, and the name of a place is named after the tribe or the people, So it's just like you have literally, it's just like you have a place called Kingston. And Kingston people, they're a sect of people that run through Trinidad and run through to the other islands. You know what I mean? And the language they speak is Kingston. So there's the Kingston people. So it's like and then that city is called Kingston. So that's how it is. Like I come from Anloga.
From where?
I
try to catch that one too.
So you know what I mean, we my team and I had all these things in mind before we settled on that title, because then it gives it some sort of, you think you found how to pronounce, but you haven't. We have to teach that, and that's how we learn, and we'll be able to share the sort of mind space in which I was, and what I want to create. So both words signify the material that I have on the album. So it's a combination of the roots and the rest of the world.
We'll talk more or furthermore on the music. You do dancehall, but you blend it as well with Afrobeat.
Yep.
Now, how do you forward to that determination? I'm going to do this percentage. This song going to contain this percentage of dancehall, this percentage of Afrobeat. Or you just do it forward naturally.
Thank you. I'm grateful, man. I think you're the first one that has asked me a question like that, and I have to applaud you. I actually do consider the amount of what I put in what owing to the song. You see, the last song
it's something I always think about, like concern artists.
This is the first time anybody asking me that, which is actually true, because I do consider it. I just don't create music because bang, bang, bang. Sometimes I decide to put like an amount. I decide to do like this verse, these two verses are gonna go hard yard, and then everything else go Afro. Sometimes everything else go Afro, just some few lines yard. Because ever since I was growing up to decide on the genre of music that I love to do, realizing how talented I was as a kid, I decided to do something that would actually, something interesting, because, I mean, not to blow it out of proportion, but as somebody who could realize what you wanted to do, I always love to take on tasks. So I'm like, first and foremost, high life music is a root. I love African music, literally, and everything had almost erupted from the same, but I get caught on to reggae music because of the vibes and the morality and the, longevity is earthy, is life, literally. Dancehall as well is like a birth from, but literally, it's similar somewhat, so I got inspired by that as well. So I just decided to blend all these three together. I love R&B, I just love music in general, so I decided to stand at a point where this is what I really want to represent, the Caribbean and the African continent, to try to blend that sound. So far as 2009, I'd coined the word Afro dancehall. So like African dancehall. So it's like Afrobeats plus dancehall. It does not necessarily, it doesn't mean first African dancehall, no. First it means African music plus dancehall. And then now it means African dancehall next and the rest. So that's the combination that I've always done. And even with the reggae as well, just to show that's something I thought was going to be a possibility, and so I started pushing that vibe. Wow, one of the only Jamaican artists that had done anything close to that was Busy Signal. So when he slapped it, I'm like, we're sort of like on the same perspective because he goes to get 1 or 2 Ghanaian beats. Azonto. Remember Azonto coming and slap with the world, you know? Azonto had that, started the whole Afrobeat emergence into the world from the UK, had the Azonto dance with it. So then now, what next? Signal did a song with that. Dropped the next one. So I'm like, yeah, this is gonna catch fire. Next person was Elephant Man and Fuse. I'm like, all right, it's catching on. So I have to give props to these people because they saw something a long time ago and then conscience now jump on a thing too. So we realized that was the entrance from where I stood and what I've always wanted to do. I realized it was going to be a possibility one day coming. Aside the original Afrobeat. But I was already representing as an African for the Afrobeat plus the dancehall.
Yeah.
When the people start to take on to it from your perspective?
After I won the BETs in 2015 as Best International Artist Africa. And I see him style make me win it, you know, so you know, so I've been on that for a while. And now it's just give me a lot of joy to find other similar style artists though coming and I bust the place. You can talk about Patter Ranking and Burna Boy and these are my brethren a while, you know, long time I started at pre-deck, so they know. They can always tell you as a young youth. I have been inspired by a lot of predecessors also, not to take glory or credit away from nobody, but it had to grow. So I think when it got to my point as well, the additions that I pushed to create to add to it also pushed it further, you know. So I give credits to some of the predecessors like Samini, you know, who's actually my godfather, literally. You know, enough respect to him because aside everything, he gave me a look of shine and say, yo, boy, wonderful look out, Stonebwoy, watch out. And then now people like Yogi Dogi, people like Black Prophet who do reggae, people like, so, you know, that has been the inspiration. And so after the BETs took off, everybody started paying attention to that Stonebwoy. Yeah. And now realizing that style, that was a blend of Jamaica, Caribbean, specifically dancehall and African music, like, yo.
But you know what's funny? Most people kind of associate it with hip-hop. It's like us here in Jamaica, it's like, yeah, it's own dancehall, it's own, or like, or local music. But I was reading an article and they were saying it's akin to hip-hop and grime and which other music? It's a high life, Naija beats, and Afrobeat without the S. So, you know, but they didn't really consider dancehall, and I was wondering if that's just one person or in Africa. It seemed like the content recognizes reggae dancehall music.
It's coming from one man's perspective, literally, because if you don't tell your story as it is, other people will tell it the way they think it is. I stand to be corrected, but I come from Ghana, the ancestral home of all these things. And history will show you if you dig into it, you find some proper truth into the things too. So, you know, I feel like they may not have mentioned that there, but it's always been a part of it. It's always been. People inspired. Just see it. It's always been
because even with the awards that you've been nominated for, you've been nominated for dancehall, best reggae dancehall artist, and and I was wondering, is it intentional to recognize you as an African dancehall artist by these award shows?
Yes, because they feel the style and they realize that that's it. Because remember that Africa is a continent. Number millions of people. So, you know, I just want to be specific, but millions is okay to put it that way there. And these are our own people in the Caribbean as well. So everything they do literally comes, we have that same in our DNA, so we connect and we jump up to it. So we love reggae, we love dancehall. Likewise, there is soca, there is high life in being the foundation of a lot of these sounds that you listen to. So why not? We identify with that reggae and dancehall sound. So when they check it all out, all they can do is to address me by that, because I choose to actually stand at that. Because I wouldn't, for my major part of it, you see, for the difference that I make, I mean, I stand out to be a dancehall reggae artist from an African perspective more than just label me like an African artist. Because then if he's an African artist, I think it is somewhat blare. You might now be looking for what genre of music he does. Like when African artist just comes, yes, definitely African music, Afrobeat, yes. But you know what I mean? When you listen to the style, you realize the genres of music that I'm representing for.
It's specifically reggae dancehall.
Yeah, but Afro dancehall, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's always an African basis to it. So I think for categorization's sake, you know, at these awards and all of that, they decide to. More time you find some other songs of mine doing Afrobeat strictly and high life and reggae, you know? So it's just a versatile musician, you know, coming from the African perspective, you know, with everything else on top of the base. See?
Yeah.
But I gotta say, like, it's interesting because there seems to be like some underlying beef between dancehall and Afrobeat.
The beat.
You know, because even the origin and who take from who and where things start from.
Yes, we like that.
What is
the conversation?
What is the perspective like from even like Ghanaians?
What is your perspective? I know, you know what, you two, I watch you guys a lot and believe you me, people listen to you even a lot more than us. You can endorse an information and it goes further than what if I say. Do you trust that?
Yeah.
But
yes,
if you
endorse,
you.
I will answer that though.
Yeah.
But just know that if you endorse our information, right, it goes even further because you said it, because people look to you and you bring the news. So if who brings the news says yes, that's the news. You might believe they believe it more than. So what is your perspective? So what is your perspective? No, it's true because the messenger now come and tell you is the right message. You believe it more than him if he says it's not. If you don't say a word, it's cool. But if you open your mouth to say that's not the truth, what I said, people believe it more than they would say that is the truth that I said.
But my thing is right. You guys are from the motherland, so we can't do wrong. This is my perspective.
Absolutely.
We can't do wrong. The African say, it start from we. So what do it mean? So we're a thief from Uno. Everything in terms of music starts from us. There may have been like a particular specific sound that originated from here, and then we see like, you know, the likes of
which we have to give credit for. We have to definitely give credit for the fact that it seems
like sometimes that's forgotten. Yes.
And I always give credit to Jamaica for reggae music, for dancehall music. You can't take that away from it. If you say dancehall music and say reggae music, the best that I know, visiting Jamaica and all that I've seen and learned, big ups to Jamaica bring Jamaica name dancehall, name reggae. But music as a creative substance, and when you say creative substance, you know that many things come together to bring that creativity to the fore. So that is where you go to the root and where it starts and what influence, whatnot and whatnot. So the name reggae may have been created in Jamaica, but is the Africans who consume it the most. The name dancehall comes from Jamaica, but it's the Africans and Europeans who consume it the most. Is it because there's
more of Ono than us?
Yes, it's more of we than us. But guess what? If we couldn't relate, remember our part on our chat, so if we couldn't relate, enough people can't understand the patois and things. But you see, so it goes beyond even the language. As much as music is a universal language, as much as it is, we identify to our sound. We identify like our inner sound. The Africans will identify with the sounds, not sound, with the sounds that come from within. So either one other Africa is speaking some tongue somewhere in space. The other African down in the motherland will feel it and understand it and move to it.
Wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
See? Yeah, man. So the name is Jamaica, but the sounds is us as Africans.
All right, so let's talk real now, because even with you winning and more like Burna last year won African
BET and
International Artist of the
Same
Year.
one,
right?
And you know, Grammy nomination too.
Like even with BET, they more seem to like recognize like the African artists. I don't think any our local artists ever win the international best.
Yeah, but guess what? I have followed that as well. The best international African category has only been created for, I think, between 5 years, 5 to 10 years. Yeah, I think the 10th anniversary. Yeah. It was. It's always like beats. Is always like a hip hop and American
like
black people. Watch American black Americans.
Yeah. So, and then they open it up to African artists.
Yes.
Well, the international and African artists.
Now they have it. Now the international and the African artists are deep. I mean, I'll give credit to. You see, this is the beauty about it that somebody have to start push up a thing. So. In this part, I believe that some team, I know some people who have been at that for a very long time, have been able to push the idea to create the best international African category. And now they have the international, so separate, and they are bringing out more categories. But guess what? I believe that the Jamaicans have been closer to that. Like the Jamaicans are reggae music is identified at the Grammys.
Right.
Same way, now they just added not too long, the one African World Album. That's where Burna got nomination.
Yeah.
So it's, you understand? It's opening up. It's gonna be opening up like that. I remember say once it's about black people. Yeah. It's gonna open up like the way Afrobeat now is like, yo.
Yes, because it seemed to be again reading an article.
And the world now, some people are and I back the idea. Some people are even saying this is world music album. You can still have the African album and still have the reggae album and still have the other albums if you choose to. You feel me?
Yeah. So you don't have a problem with like world album?
I do not, but I think it can still be streamlined in a way.
Meaning more like a specific.
Because it's world. So when you go world. Africa. So when you go world, it's definitely, I think it's definitely too huge.
That's my thought.
It's definitely too huge because
the world is big.
The world is big. So when you cut it into pieces like you've always done, just
you
cut
it. Cut a little piece for Africa.
I'm just wondering if it's like the same
album, Caribbean album.
Yeah,
that would be like, whoa. Imagine the Grammy, you have the Caribbean. I know they have the reggae. I might be just talking, but I mean, you guys get what I'm trying to go for.
Now we always say, I'm not trying to have a dancehall category.
I'm not trying to dictate for Grammys though, but when it's broken down peacefully and nicely, I think it would just give some more recognition to the genres of music that finds its roots back to Africa, which is the reggae, the dancehall, the soca. So that's basically what I think we would all have to pray that it gets there sometime because man.
So again,
but it's a tough one as it stands as a world. So that means when you do get a nomination into that category,
I guess it fits into because the article that I was reading was saying that Afrobeat is going to take over the world, like how Despacito was the biggest song of that year.
Yes.
It's going to find its way to be the emerging global music.
For real.
And do you think that? And why is it? What's the appeal to you? I think I understand the appeal of Afrobeats, but to you,
your level of understanding would even teach me what to say right now because you're consuming it outside of the space that I come from.
Yeah. Well, all right. So listening to most music, I don't think I listen to all music, but I listen to quite a number, and even just Burna Boy and Wizkid and Pattern King, all of them, there seems to be no violence. It's just love and just the rhythmic soul. Like it don't feel violent, and I feel like everybody in the world can I guess associate and ascribe to that philosophy that the Afrobeats brings. So I feel like that's one of the appeals to the music. Great. But even though I kind of like my bad,
absolutely, but one thing I just want to say is that
my war song then, but still,
bless up. I want to add it up to the fact that Afrobeat could not be defined only as a feel good music or nice vibe music, because it's up to the time that some of the artists also do the same and put in some other type of content.
So people
inspirational content that will teach you and warn you, content that will defend and protect. So you know what I mean? That is still music. But for it to be only described as a feel good music now, I see it getting there is going to create a problem one time. That's how I see it getting there, because then it's going to be stereotyped to be feel good music is Afrobeat music now. So when a man come with a message on the Afrobeat, I'm gonna look and I'm like, yo, it's just like you now singing gun vibe on a reggae rhythm.
Okay, whereas like even all them kind of stigmatized reggae, like tourist feel good irie music and we
Well,
hear
That's
even
what I'm
more
saying.
than that.
Exactly.
It used to be a revolution, like rebellion.
Yes, so it should, I feel like it should be spoken that it means more. It addresses life as a genre of music or as a movement or as whatever it is, you know.
But I mean the love side again.
Yeah,
of the
but
music
reggae
is,
music have love side. That
True.
part feels good. Dancehall side, so you don't know. We just have to. I'm just mentioning so that it's not. It doesn't. It's I disassociate myself to say it's only feel good, nice music. Because some people's creativity can only circle around them part there.
True.
Because even your song Hero, they kind of have a little badness to it too. And I was just like, But then it wasn't that violent.
Yeah, we don't
Marrowfly and all them something there.
No, sir. And I feel like people who sing the Marrowfly still is small time metaphorical and representation of things. Yeah. So, you know, my music literally cuts across every angle because I love to write deep same way. And so you find, so that's how come I think I am where I am, who I am, and I appreciate the amount of talent that I have. Because when I do want to address certain type of messages, I know what rhythm on which to take it to.
Because I've heard you on like full on dancehall rhythms. So I guess if that's the side that you want to explore, you're willing to go to that part of you and that part of your creative self.
Yes, because I think, I mean, like I said, like even in the Bible, if you read, people have the talents God gave to people. Some got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just grateful for the one that I got that I can do. I mean, owing to, depending on the feeling, whatever message passes through me, I know where to put it at. So like, for instance, Sobolo is a high life song. When I dropped this song in Ghana, trust me, 3-4 days it was all over. People didn't even expect me to go like, give me some strings and give me some high life music right now. And let's put some niceness on it. And but this is what I've always been trying to express. Because, I mean, music should be able to allow us to express that. Is if you find you to be, because some people can only express themselves one way and we give thanks, but others can. But I think this is why I represent all forms of music, literally, and I don't want to. However you address me, I'll take it. Once I'm still doing music in there, you know, because I'm willing to open up my mind space, and owing to the message that comes, I put it on what I have to put. I can't force. Imagine a love reggae message on a dancehall rhythm.
And you stay true to the dancehall, the spirit of dancehall. Yeah, get banned from places. Have beef with people.
Oh, we're gonna go there now.
This is true dancehall.
Right. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, this is my father and cartel all over. Are you my father or cartel?
The biggest.
Which one are you in this?
You see, let me not cause troubles. Let me not cause troubles. It's looking, I don't even know, but yo, watch ya. Tell me your phone all over me good.
We've been man.
I saw it when it happened.
The biggest thing yo, I tell you, biggest thing ever. Biggest thing ever, but Almighty, I know I go on, you know. So yeah, man, we bad still, you know.
But how you feel about being banned though? Like you're banned, like them take you one day award the night, them take it back and you're banned for a while. Like how you feel?
They're running business, Rasta.
Yeah.
They're running business. They gotta protect their business and however they feel it is. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're not gonna sell out them business and whatever principles they believe in that has been running the scheme. For no artist. But members are the artists, them and the music, them is what they use to make their business running. Right? So when you ban the artist, you're doing yourself a bit more disadvantage. More than you trying to take me out of your thing. But John was when you come to Ghana, when you come to Africa, when you come to West Africa, it's a Stonebwoy thing gone more than awards now, you know.
Well, true.
We're talking franchise, we're talking impacting people's life, we're talking me putting up a concert for 8 years in my community, we're talking paying people fees, we're talking getting gone more than just seeing things from our world perspective. Remember, I believe that if you don't stand well, you don't have to throw no punch. So we grow. Sometimes people just see you as you gotta just be there. Then why work so hard? You feel me? And this is the time that we have to readdress the narrative. So it's just like, they would say, it's just like, I'm happy to be here right now. I'm happy to be banned. I'm happy to be, I'm happy.
You're happy
to go through these levels because it's for the good reasons. Do you get me? Because you know, I'm not even complaining, and the awards is going on.
Yeah,
but no artist.
If you never mean nothing, they won't ban you.
Yeah, but it's you see the awards
if you
coming.
some significance.
The awards coming once in a year, you know. We have to make music every year, every day. 24 hours. So it's two different things. It's two different things. I don't seek to burn down the awards or anything, but Lord, that John.
One nominee, I can't remember his name. I think he's I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, you know.
Episode.
He was.
I want to abridge in them.
But he's like he's kind of like happy from what I see.
Yo, watch out. Yo,
he's like he won't win and he's gonna put it.
Big up Nightly Fix. Yo, big up Nightly Fix. The conversation is getting interesting. I swear down. Yo, because I have Stampy, Nightly Fix. But me like the conversation.
But he's kind of happy.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm happy as well because some people are happy.
Yeah,
but you can't
win.
Because while them and they try to go through the thing, but you see, they are my brothers. I'm not even gonna say they are my youth, because the right word might sound disrespectful. I don't want to disrespect no one. No, sir. They're my bridging them, but they know the levels. They know the heights. Sometimes you just gotta do a blind eye. Well, they know the standards. So once we keep it down there, and it's my career is people driven, you know. My career is a revolutionary one, you know. So me see it because all these years coming up from where I come from, and the things that, by the grace of God and music, where I'm going, I'm on a mission, you know. So I'm happy, like I said.
It's all a part of the journey.
Yes, I come remember say even Tupac no boss gone yet on stage, you know that. And if just say yes, that's what you're gonna do at one point in time, you know say me is a warrior, you know. I'm gonna try to respect everybody same way, but you can't come violate it.
You can't be from Ghana, Africa, and not have warrior spirit.
Yo, yes. Tell me that tell Stampede from what yes, I made that tell Stampede from what they say. Look at the baddest killer them the Africa, you know? Because them even not come with no gun, you know.
Spears.
More time they don't need no machete. Them come in and yo, me have a man. Me have one of my man them, you know, king. Yo, you can't bite him. A bullet can't go through him. You know,
really?
Knife can't cut through.
Black Panther.
Real.
You see what I say? Knife can't cut through certain people of Ghana. You know?
Wow.
One time, you see one video fly over. Man, I sit on fire. Yes, them a deal with it. I sleep in a fire. All these ones. So you see the warrior spirit, them. Yeah, man, that on the side. But yeah, man, I'm happy for episode. Yeah, my brother. Yo, I'm giving y'all shout outs in Jamaica, so you know. Episode Jupiter. Let me shout out my sons them. La Russo, Sasko. Yes, I. You know what I mean? And you know, big up every dancehall artist what I try. We're representing for the culture same way from the African perspective. And guess what? Jamaica likes it. Yeah.
We're
holding it down for them.
Who don't know that about the Ghana Music Awards?
Yes. Do you feel the pressure of representing like Ghana, the African nation, especially on this global level, and even to us, local dancehall artists? Like, you feel like you're also a reflection of us?
I'm a reflection of you.
Jamaica.
Yes, in from the DNA perspective. Seeing, if it was otherwise, I would think it would be very difficult to, you know, because this is music, this is style and rhythm and pattern. And as far as I'm concerned, the Africans have more style and pattern because Ghana alone speak like 200 language and 30 million people. So check out the tone and the accent and the melody them. So we can relate on that level. So I feel like we are all reflections of one another. Sometimes I hear some dancehall artists and the flow and style just make me laugh and say, look, that guy is speaking some Ghana. Because the tone and the style is like, so. I guess like that's why even like, man, like Burna Boy draw for like, Black Rhino, like when you feel style I don't know about that too much, but as far as I'm concerned, Africans listen to a lot of dancehall. Yeah,
and you
a lot of
represent.
reggae because it's a reflection of us. You know what I mean? So I can tap from you, you can tap from me. We run through, it's a circle where we, but that you know, you can only keep taking from home still because it's bigger, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you have more to take from home, more than a foreign. As far as music and creativity is concerned, with content, you know, you can find a lot of things. People sample a lot of African things, and we know that, you know.
And as I said, so do you think like the emergence of even like little subgenres like dancehall, chopper, you think that we should be sampling Afrobeat more and collaborating and
that would be nice.
Taking from
that would be right. That would be just super. That would just be super because you have the human right, you have the moral right, you have the creative right, you have the African right, you have the black rights to do so. As far as I'm concerned, because it's coming together anyways. So I'm gonna tell you, in 2-3 years time to come, God give us life. And when you find the Afrobeat and the dancehall properly sit down now in a one part, look how the world is gonna be like. It's gonna be super lit.
Yeah.
Come see you collab with Sean Paul, even recent collab with Beanie Man. And you hear Beanie Man, I said, but I like to hear Beanie Man for more of them type of song.
Yes.
It fit right in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So look how long Beanie had the music, and when me come in as a local youth, and Beanie now, you get to find out say him fit for that song.
And in a way, kind of give him a little energy, a little energy to him career.
Yes, and that song is one of my biggest songs.
Yeah, because I was about to say, when in dancehall artists, when they come to Africa, is the love just as big and significant as it would be here locally?
Look, vice versa, right?
Yeah, like
when they go down, when Africans come to Jamaica, and when Jamaicans go Africa, there's a difference because you're home. So you see that is real, you know. You see that love from home. You always get it. It's not gonna, cause don't mean to disrespect nobody around the spot, but I do not feel like the African artists them do get that well, and I want to use the right word because I want to specifically say, love. You know, because I believe that there is love. I'm not gonna be stupid right now. There is love, but
in comparison,
it's like the Africans know the Jamaicans more than the Jamaicans know the Africans.
It's true. It's true.
That's true.
You're very right.
Exactly. And more time it's not because of promotion or what they sing or how hard they work over there. It's just like we see on us, our people, you know, so when they run through sharp.
It's funny, I think, and we had talked to Stampede about this before the interview. Like, it seemed like we have a stigma about Africans, a scammer.
But I wouldn't take it away from people who have been pushing into the African continent musically, as seen with the work on the ground. I know a lot of people do focus to push and promote. Yeah. But it's much more easier because we know say, yo.
I think the thing is we know the songs. We know the songs.
Perfect.
But we don't really know you guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For your side?
Yeah. No. Like, if you walk down on the street, I'll be like...
Yes, number of times I walk down the street and someone look at me and say, Stonebwoy. I'm saying, what? Yeah, number of times. Yeah. You know, when I come, at least before I leave, because most times I only spend like 3 days in Jamaica. The maximum is 4 days every time I come through. So, you know, you get to get that feeling, and it's real. For me, I get to be even free. Because it's not as rushy as, you know, local artists would be rushed around and because I do get this almost everywhere man goes, and especially in Ghana, it's crazy. I don't get bored. You know what I mean? So it just gives me, I'm free. I'm a free kind of person, you know. I vibe when I'm in a space. I don't make any barrier come between. I'm human anyway, but you know, we get the vibes. We know how some artists have to act like artists to feel good as an artist. You know what I mean? I don't deal with them things there. More time, I'm just human. When I can, I can. When I can't, I can't. You know what I mean? Like more times, someone pick phones and come in my face and try to film up. And I make
this in Africa?
Yeah, every time, anywhere, anyhow.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just sit down and try to make them know, say, I mean, it comes to the work, but
this is like when you
not gonna make this kill me
with your family and wife and kids. Like this
really? My little daughter is like the most famous kid.
Wow, can you imagine?
She's
how old?
She's 2.
2. Great, that was great.
And You know, like
In
she has
Africa,
fans. She has huge fans. Like some people see me and say, "Nah, I don't want you. I want you."
Yeah, but then too. I think, to me, I love Africa, and I follow quite a number. I think a few of them, but it's really Miss Worlds.
Yeah,
because the
woman thing.
Yeah, and I follow Bonang too. And it feels like
Bonang is a South African.
Yeah, I know she's a South African, but it's just like
the whole Africa.
The rise of Africa into, I guess, the Western Hemisphere. Do you think that's changing
now.
too, right?
Yeah, the social media is making it work. Internet is helping communication. Contacting one another, reaching out to one another, and
you guys live such big, grand lives. And because the one perception of no, you know why I say it? Sorry, it's because we initially thought that.
Don't make them feel like we live on three houses. No, sir.
And that's why I'm so angry too, because the initially depend on though.
But same way, some people think less of Jamaica as well.
Right. No, they do. Yeah. They do. So, and it's crazy too.
Based on media and marketing and all these things.
In other people's, and I don't want to say other, who I'm talking about, their image of us when it comes out, you think that is all
but why doesn't it have to be like that?
But so thanks to social media, we're changing. Well, true.
Come on. So you have to know yourself.
Yeah. And you guys, as I said, you guys live big grand life, drive big G-Wagon and
craziest things. Yo, the world money comes from Africa, What are you saying?
Everything forward from Africa.
What are you saying? The world's money.
We've been sold on images of in the arms of an angel and all
poor and horrible.
And
So
do you think they want to show you? They own the media. They're gonna show you where I go and you can go home and go do some business or connect. You're kidding me, man. Wow. They're not gonna tell you that. I'll show you that.
So do you find that too?
So when you show yourself that. You find a way.
Got the information.
When you go abroad, you find
because
you
them
travel.
create the internet too. So
you find that when you travel, people who do have that perception and realize that no, you are.
Yeah, more time when they see me come and them say, yo, sometime how you look, more time. You have to bath regularly though, but you have to look clean.
Man says bruff.
yeah. So it's cool. Sometimes perception is everything sometimes, but you don't judge a book by the cover anyway. Yeah, but that's what people think sometimes. But I think it's changing now because the Africans are doing real things. In Africa, we don't have certain things don't work like it works abroad. Like if you have to go buy a G-Wagon, you go straight cash and carry it. So this is an African man who can sing that song and say, we buy cash, yeah, man.
And legit.
I just really legit because the systems don't work where you go pay half. No, so nobody not get it. So because systems are not super effective, or it's not just for everybody. Anybody who's gonna be able to get certain things on credit has to be super credible. You know what I mean? But the systems are not really, really in place to we don't live on credits. So you come in and work hard and get the things them so you can understand the amount of levels or the levels that the African artists or the Africans are on. So when you see them drive a big car, one is either them rent it or them own it.
I cannot really do that trust thing there. No, the scene where the history of trust.
And for me now, if you see me in it, you own it.
You own it.
Done.
Nice. Wow.
Stonebwoy, give thanks to
You're really a legit big dancer artist.
Yeah, man, I said the thing legit, man. The thing legit.
Legit. It's crazy.
That's give thanks for passing through.
Yeah.
Time runs, man. I was enjoying the conversation.
Right?
Sure.
I was super alright before time cut out. Big up yourself, Jamaica and the whole of Caribbean and black people same way, we're all one people regardless. I'm Stonebwoy. My album drops on my birthday, the 5th of March. We spoke about it. Thank you so much and this is the After On Stage. This is one of the intents that I have been interviewed in Jamaica. And you guys seem to have, you know what I mean? Pick up on yourself. I'm super. And anytime I touch Jamaica, anytime I come to Jamaica, I must be on that. Yo, I must come here.
Please.
I'm gonna be here. It's home, so we can vibe. So go and go support the album. It's called Anloga Junction.
I was asking though, you have any collaborations with local acts?
Yes, I have one collaboration with Jamil on the album on this particular one.
Nice.
God willing, we're gonna wrap up a couple ones. Then with Jackie and a lot more. But big respect to Chiching already. We're gonna wrap up one to Elephant, but big up to Chiching, Agent Sasko, Kabaka Pyramid, Sizzler, Kippleton. Oh, again, I don't want to miss out them names. Wow. I-Octane. I-Octane made me come to Jamaica first time. Like he really pushed the
can
button.
Give thanks to I-Octane for.
Yeah, man. So again, Popcorn, same way I'm bridging. Da Vinci I'm bridging too. Couple, you know what I mean? Couple of them, Bounty Killer, Sizzler, big up on yourself car from last 2 years, Reggae Song Fest. You know, I link with them and they give them some strength car. We feed up the music and get inspired by one another. So thank you. God bless you.
You know, before we wrap, fine, I know. But I just want to ask, like, you guys doing any more work on trying to get African artists to be known and celebrated in Jamaica the right way as they should?
Absolutely. That's why I'm here though.
Yeah.
That's why I brought my whole team. You have to spend money to do that. It's just for the fact that you're pushing, you know, not trying to take advantage or anything or trying to be an opportunist, but it's good to link up when you know, it's good to travel and see, you know what I mean? So I'm here, I've seen, and the love is remarkable, but I know in a matter of time, it's going to be as it should be, because if we all can cross over effortlessly to enjoy and imagine you're a big star in Ghana and that translates to you being a big star in Jamaica. That would be so beautiful.
Right.
And you're a big star in Jamaica and that automatically translates in you being a big star.
Yeah.
I think that's what is going to happen in a few years when everything now connects. So you're bossing at one place now and amongst your people everywhere in the world, like the French people. A big French artist is a big French artist everywhere. Done. Yeah. Most often, when you're big in Ivory Coast, boy, you're big in France.
Oh, because you guys, yeah. I get it.
So, you know, it's just a matter of time.
Nice.
Thanks again to Stonebwoy. The album when they drop people, Anloga Junction album.
What? Yes, that's what yes. This is just what I know is gonna happen. You see, it's fun. I know when them see this in Angola. Where they tell Angola,
I was like, no, it's not
Is it
Angola.
Man.
It's Anloga.
Anloga Junction album.
Medase.
Wow.
I wanted to say it right.
Man.
Medase.
Bless her.